settled down on this. They're in control of this game. Their body language is positive. They're communicating. They look like they're in a really good flow right now.
Well, it was a change-up in the starting lineup today from Ken Murphy, having Hannah Hill start for the Lumberjacks at libero. And it took a little bit of feeling out process for the Lumberjacks, but nothing to feel out about that as Sydney Kemper with a huge kill. Now the Lumberjacks with a 10-point lead. Just one of 11 NAU players in the history of the program to record at least 1,000 kills. Played there for Weber State. That was Sierra Borjo getting some first action of the evening and coming in and making an immediate impact for Weber State.
And that was a great run from Jensen Barton from the service line.
Shot long. And Weber State is going to have an opportunity to try to get back at least in this set or potentially sets down the road. They cannot afford to make their own mistakes. They have to stay out of those errors.
Yeah, it's called taking care of the ball on their side of the net, which...
Well, we've been talking about all broadcasts about the amazing season, amazing career of senior Sydney Kemper. There you see you're talking with Ken Murphy, and there you see where she ranks on those all-time kill list. And Kelly, I think a few of those names are a little familiar to you as well, aren't they?
Yeah, it's kind of fun to look at that list. Tammy Bouchard, Maggie Barrera, Ellie Butterfield, Jennifer Treglon, you know, Chelsea Robb, who's in the audience tonight. You know, those are players that I had the opportunity to coach here at NAU, and I definitely think that Sydney Kemper is in great company. And, you know, getting 1,000 kills is just a testament to her hard work and her commitment to keep improving.
And especially, at least in terms of this season, what she's been able, the hitting percentage that she's been able to put up with the amount of kills, just thoroughly impressive. Been hitting well over 300 on the season, and then when she's racking up 10, 20, 25 kills like she had Thursday night, it's really a testament to how well how active she's been on the offensive end.
Yeah, she's a complete player on both sides of the net, and you know, she's, like I said earlier, I really believe she's the heart and soul of this NAU team.
Back to action here, blocked at the net. It's Peyton Bach for Northern Arizona, the 6'3" junior out of Chandler, Arizona's Hamilton High. We're going to have a substitution here as Hannah Shore comes in for Weber State. Well, there was so much energy in that Weber State team at the tail end of set number 1. And after they let that slip away a little bit, Northern Arizona took it. Seeing a little bit more of a deflated team attitude right now for Weber State.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you know, they haven't won a lot of matches or a lot of sets even, and so that's kind of a unfortunate funnel sometimes teams get into.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, the last 3 matches, or I should say the last 4, including this first set here tonight, Weber State has lost the last 10 sets they've played. Shot goes long there for Northern Arizona, and at least momentarily, Weber State's able to stop the bleeding a little bit. It's going to be Sierra Borjo back to serve. 6-foot sophomore. Sydney Kemper right there for Northern Arizona off the Weber block. Coming out of that back line, Borjo just didn't get enough on it.
That's a great run for Peyton Block. She touched and blocked a lot of balls. Jensen Barton was trying to get her the ball, both off serve, receive, and transition. She did a good job for NAU.
Block's going to take a rest as Taylor Stevens comes back in for Ken Murphy's team. And the Lumberjacks got a piece of it. So it'll be another side out as some more substitutions coming in. Thompson for Weber State, as well as Hover. Barton to Jacobson, blocked at the net. The Lumberjacks will set it up again.
Yeah, that's a tough set. Tough angle of set to hit. Sydney got her feet just a little bit too far underneath that ball, and it set it long. is keeping your feet behind the ball when you're attacking.
Christensen setting it up right in between Barton and Vanderploeg. And Weber State showing some signs of life here in the second set, as you see on that replay, just almost equally dividing the space between the two Lumberjacks. Sydney Kemper, anytime you need a streak busted, it's not a bad idea to run it through Sydney Kemper.
Yeah, she looks a little tired tonight. I think she's doing a good job at coming off that 25 kill match.
Staker. Vanderploeg is there.
And a little bit out of system here.
Side out Weber State. As it seemed like from the serve, there was a little bit of miscommunication as two Lumberjacks were over trying to play that initially. And it just kind of threw the whole series out of it.
Yeah, Weber State is serving in the seam in between two players, and they have to make decisions early on who's going to get that ball.
22-14 now as Weber State continues to chip away at this Lumberjack lead. In case you're just joining us, it was a back and forth first set. The Lumberjacks took it 32-30. After Weber State had a 3-point lead, it was just 2 points away from winning the set.
And he's struggling at the baseline, or from the service, in the passing right now. So they just have to communicate early, call the ball early, and just take care of that first ball.
Samantha Staker still serving for the Wildcats.
Weber State is serving the stew out of the ball right now.
Lumberjacks with the side out. And that ends a nice little stretch there by Weber State as they were able to make up some ground.
Yeah, it was a good clean stretch for them.
Jacobson with a nice serve. Weber State somehow able to get it over and keep it alive.
It's a net error by NAU.
So Weber State, after it looked like they could have been done a few times on that point, was able to keep it alive and forces NAU to make the mistake.
Yeah, their floor defense right now is really solid. That's fueling them.
Barton to Vanderploeg.
It's a beautiful pass. Beautiful set.
Coach Kim Murphy is going to bring in Jordan Leiter to try to end this right here with the serve.
And you see Sydney Kemper getting in there, hitting right between the seam of the block. It wasn't Sydney, I'm sorry, it was Janae.
Peyton Bach just puts an exclamation point on what was a dominating second set by the Lumberjacks. Very nice to respond after what probably wasn't, even coach will say, probably wasn't their cleanest volleyball in that first set. They bounced back nicely here in the second.
Yeah, and I think they're setting the tone for the rest of this match, coming out of the timeout and working to finish this opponent in 3 straight games.
Well, speaking of Ken Murphy, we're going to go down to him and Alexa Dumity as he is standing by with Alexa right now. Alexa?
Thanks, Jordan. Coach, after having a really close first set, coming back and taking the early lead in the second set, what changed between the 2 sets?
You know, I thought we blocked a lot better in that one. I think we had some good numbers in the first one, but we were kind of letting them do what they wanted on their side. And I thought that time we really dictated the action a little bit better by how we blocked.
Going back to that first set, how do you feel Weber played against the Lumberjacks, and how did you guys respond?
They played great. They were very aggressive, very loose on their side. We had to make some big plays in order to slow them down a little bit. So it was good for our team to kind of have to weather that storm and get into a little bit better rhythm in the second set.
How important do you think was that first set to the outcome of this whole match?
I think it's important. You always want to start off good, but also just us kind of making some plays that look like us to kind of get into a better rhythm.
All right, good luck, Coach. Thanks.
Thank you.
Back to you.
All right, our thanks to Alexa and the coach, Ken Murphy, as his team has a 2-0 lead here at the intermission. You're watching the Northern Arizona Healthcare Lumberjack Network.